Welcome back to the Life's Better podcast, a podcast really dedicated to the idea that life is so much better with God, community, and purpose. Josh and I are hanging out with Sandra Bowman. You are the head of really this wonderful school in our community known as the Christian Academy of Lawrenceburg, better known as Cal, though.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right.
And we're excited to really talk about what Cal is doing in the community in order to build up kids who are not only growing in their relationship with Christ, but they're also growing in academic excellence, as well as just being prepared for life and ministry. But before we get into that, we've got a little activity that we have for you. We're calling it School Smarts. Because you are the head of the school, we expect you to do really, really well at this game. But you're competing with Josh, who's really, really clever.
No. Not at all. I was kind of hoping that there would be like a high school student here that I could have like similar smarts with, but yeah, I expect to lose this.
So you may lose, you may not. I've got 4.
Is there a prize?
There is the prize of pride.
Okay.
And that's all there is. And maybe I'll clap for you. We'll do the two. I've got 4 school categories. So we've got a math, we've got an English, we've got a history, and we've got a PE category.
Right. I feel like I'm on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
That's exactly what this is like.
Okay.
That's exactly what this is like.
Okay.
And we're just going to keep track of your guys' scores. It's going to be basically trivia with the exception of the PE, where I'm not going to have anyone running around the room, but it'll involve some sort of physical activity. Okay. Josh, I'm going to let you go first when it comes to picking the category, because you seem to have the most fear, so I'm going to try to alleviate that fear.
Let's do the hardest one first, English.
Okay. I think this will be okay for you because you know how to spell fairly well.
Do I?
But, well, better than me, which is not saying much. Can you spell the word instrument backwards?
Instrument backwards? And it's just me?
Just you. Okay, now, if you fail, it goes to Sandra.
Okay, TNEMURTSNI?
Nailed it.
Okay.
Well done.
Yay.
Perfect. So far, you've got a gold star.
Cool.
We'll see.
Cool.
All right, Sandra, you can pick a category now. History is the first one I would pick as well. This one's just for you. There are multiple choices. If you already know the answer, you can just shout it out. But which European first landed in Australia? The options are the Dutch, British, or French.
The British.
That is incorrect.
Really? That's what I would have guessed.
Well, so the Dutch.
It is the Dutch.
Oh.
The Dutch,
yeah.
Yes. They had some things going on in Indonesia, and I think someone kind of went a little wide, found it, and thought, hey, this is actually a good stopping over point.
Huh.
It was the Dutch.
Cool.
Back to you, Josh. Category?
You're winning.
So, question, are the categories knocked off, or do we each have a question in each category?
You guys can each have a question in each category depending on how many you select. I only have like 2 for each. Okay.
Give me PE.
This one's, you're going head-to-head with this one.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And it's a game of thumb wrestling. So
I'm so bad at thumb wrestling. Okay.
1, 2, 3, I declare a thumb war, right? Or something like that.
1, 2, okay.
1,
2, 3, I don't
4,
know.
I declare
Declare
the go.
thumb war.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I win.
Josh,
I'm so bad
I
at
think
thumb wrestling.
flopped a little bit on that one.
No,
that's
so nervous.
Good.
I don't like them at all.
I hang around elementary kids.
See, there you
Do
go.
when's the last time you've done actually thumb wrestling before?
Oh, probably about 3 weeks.
Is that right? Yeah. No, that's probably about me as well. My kids have gotten into it recently, and my oldest is, I think, better than me, but sometimes I can still beat him.
My wife has like the tiniest hands, and her thumb's like this long, and it's still, I can't beat her.
It's the pinning down that's the problem, probably. Yeah. All right, 1-1, and Sandra, you've got the next category.
English.
English. It's a same one, different word though. Spell adequate backwards.
Oof.
Oh man.
I know it's a tough one. This is the last English one, by the way.
TAUQDEDA.
Okay, you forgot the E at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
E-T, yes. So still 1-1.
Very close, though.
Very close. I wouldn't have gotten anywhere close to that, so I don't know. Again, it's not saying much. I'm just the worst speller
I've been saving
ever.
my best category, so math.
Okay, math. This one's a head-to-head. This one's head-to-head.
Oh, gosh.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to string a math problem together, do not answer until I say equals. So you're going to be just working each section out in your mind, and when I say equals, shout out your answer.
Okay.
Okay, 24 plus 71 minus 11 divided by 12 times 4 equals.
I'm gonna let you go for that one.
28.
28 is the correct answer.
Yay.
Well done.
Okay.
Okay. Now, did you just bail on that at some
I
point?
just bailed.
Yeah. You get to a certain level, it's like, wait, no, I forget. Yeah. Okay. So it's 2-1. I told you he's clever. I did. All right, Sandra, your category. Cannot choose English. That one's already eliminated.
I guess I'll do another history.
All right. Here we go. With whom did Cleopatra have children? Options are Julius Caesar, Mark Antony, or both.
This is why I strayed from history. I'm so bad at it.
Mark Anthony?
It's actually
Both.
both.
No
She
way.
got
Because
around.
I thought...
That was what you were leaning
Yeah,
towards,
yeah.
huh? And it was like, but that just seems weird for those times. Yeah, it's both. It's both.
Really?
Yep. All right.
I don't know
It's
anything
still
about
1-2, Josh.
We need a thumb wrestle again.
I don't want to choose it again. I'll choose it PE.
All right.
Let's go.
This one, it's head to head, but it's not very intense. Okay.
Why do I
So
keep picking the head-to-head ones?
we're calling this stupid human trick. You just basically have to do something silly that you think is still impressive. For example, for those who aren't able to see this, I have something called a dead finger, and I can wiggle my finger, and it just looks like limp and dead. Now, that's my stupid human trick. You guys have to come up with something that you can show off that might be better than
Show and
each other.
tell.
Let's see. My thumb's double jointed.
All right, let's see what you got. All right, yeah. Josh, what do you have?
I have nothing. I don't have anything cool. I can cross my eyes. That's pretty cool.
Okay, let me look at the camera and give
Okay.
a good eye cross. Okay,
that's pretty
that's
good.
all right. That's all right. I'm still gonna give it to Sandra
Yeah.
because she's down on points. So right now it's 2-2.
I feel like everyone can cross their eyes too. Like,
Yeah.
can you do the
if
crown thing with your tongue? Like I saw some
Yeah.
my.
Oh, the
my,
crown thing? No, I can just
I
curl
can
it.
I can flip it.
I can curl it,
and
but
I can curl it.
my father-in-law can do like the full
The
W
triple
thing.
thing, yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
coolest thing. I was like, how?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Maybe if I looked enough in the mirror and tried to work, I don't know.
I want to be like those people, that have the split tongue. They like split part of their tongue, and then they find out how to move both independently.
That I've never
It's the
seen.
creepiest thing. Look it up.
Like
it's
a
the
snake?
creepiest thing you'll ever see.
Like a
kind
snake?
of.
Yeah,
but like
no,
it's
I
just
don't.
like split. Like
So they do that like
Yeah.
ear, like they put those ear things in there and then they split their tongue. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
talking about? Those
oh, like
fingers?
the gauges?
intentionally?
The gauges, yeah.
Is it an intentional
it's
thing?
an
or a
intentional thing. You
oh,
you can
really?
get like a little like
No.
slit on
Oh
your
my
tongue and
gosh.
then figure
I've
out how
never
to
seen
move them
that.
independently.
Neither
yeah.
have I. I would recommend not doing that, Josh.
Too much time on YouTube.
Emily,
Yeah.
Emily may not like kissing you after.
No,
that
it's.
stunt.
I'm sure that's a weird experience.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
let's move on.
This will be the last one. It's 2-2. We're going down to this one. Josh, I think it's your
No,
category.
I picked PE last.
Did you pick PE?
Yeah, so
oh,
yeah,
okay,
that's
never
fine.
mind. Sandra, what do you got?
And
Want to go with history? Last
I
one
guess
for
we'll
history?
try.
Okay, this is tie or die here. Actually, no. It's you can win this. This is yours to
It's
win.
all hers.
This is yours to win. Okay. Which nation suffered the highest number of casualties in World War II? Germany, Russia, or France?
Russia.
That is correct.
I knew
Nailed
that.
it.
And that was the only
Did you know
history
that
one
one?
that I knew. Yeah.
Well, Sandra, as the head
Well
of the
done.
school, well done. We were all hoping that you would win so that any students who are watching would not rub it in your face when the school year starts. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of talk about some of the things that are happening at Cal, ways that you're influencing kids, helping families and the community. But just tell us a little bit about Cal
Sure.
and what you're doing.
Well, we just completed our 25th year.
Oh, wow.
And we're super excited about that. And Cal's growing.
Okay.
We have been busy every day meeting new families. We have families from 7 counties. A family as far as Scott County,
wow.
Anderson County, Mercer, Woodford, Shelby, and I'm trying to think, who did I miss?
Franklin?
Franklin County.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was
So
gonna say,
7 counties. Yeah.
if you're going past Franklin, surely you have
Yeah,
Franklin too.
yeah. So and we have a lot of really excited to have our second generation families. Our first graduating class was in 2000, and now they're married and having children, and they're bringing them back to Cal, and that speaks volumes. And we're so glad because it's an extended family.
Yeah.
And we're blessed to have them back.
Yeah, no, that's neat. I assume the majority are still from Anderson County, or is there a pretty good mix?
I would say about half.
Okay.
Actually.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they're coming in from a lot of places. We strive really hard to keep our tuition affordable for families because we want everybody to have the opportunity to place their children in a school where they feel led. And so we work really hard to keep tuition low, and we have a fantastic program.
Okay. I'm curious, when it comes to the keeping it low, is that because of donors who are helping to kind of cut down on
It's
some
a
of that
combination. Our teachers just love the Lord first and foremost, and they want to be there. So they make that investment, and we have a lot of people in the community that help, and several churches. Anderson Christian's one of our main churches that support us, and everybody just pours in. And we do things like all our landscaping, all the painting, the small repairs are done by volunteers, mainly parents, and sometimes Tony T. Day. So we have
Shout out to you, Tony.
Yeah, a lot of people just pour in. All our mulch spread, every room that has been painted in our building has been painted by a volunteer. Every window wash is by a volunteer. Every shrub that's been trimmed, it's been by a volunteer.
So if we swing by and we don't like what we see, we can just blame the volunteers.
Yeah.
Someone's clearly not washing these windows.
No, that's you know as well as I do. When a person complains about something that volunteers do, that means it's their job to do it.
Yeah.
Like, they get to go and do it.
You're the new volunteer.
Yeah,
Thank you
get
very
to be
much.
the next one.
Josh, I have a question for you.
So, okay, this is, I feel like, an easier one as well. But what led you to specifically want to get into this work of being a part of Cal?
Well, it started with prayer. I was a homeschool mom, and my children love sports. So my oldest son wanted to play basketball, and Cal allowed homeschoolers to play. And I started where my kids went, there I was. So I was there when he had practice, and I met the principal at the time and the administrator and the different students and teachers, and I just fell in love with the school, with the spirit of it. It is an extended family, and it became part of our family then. And Mr. Everett at the time was the administrator, and he asked me, as a homeschool mom, would you volunteer and help us finish out the yearbook? And I was so thankful that my children could take part in the program that I volunteered and did that. And it grew from subbing to part-time work to full-time work, and then becoming the principal. So the Lord had a plan, but I fell in love with the people and the ministry.
So first volunteer gig was the yearbook.
Absolutely.
And then second, how'd they get you
To sub.
to sub?
Sub as a Spanish teacher.
And then from there, was it actually the...
Then it was a part-time Spanish. I taught 1 year,
Okay.
3 periods a day. And then my first full-time year, I taught technology in Spanish.
Okay.
And then they asked me to be the principal.
So there is a subject called technology in Spanish?
Half my day was technology, half the day was
Okay,
teaching Spanish.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was
I
like...
had kindergarten
all
through
right.
12th
Technology in
grade.
Spanish.
Yeah.
I totally heard
Jonathan's
technology
like,
in
man, I
Spanish.
really
Okay.
missed out on like a whole
Yeah.
subject in school.
Yeah.
But the Lord had a plan, and I just fell in love with it. To be able to change a student's lives and pour into their lives, there's no greater gift.
Yeah. Now, if outside of your current position, if you could go back and do one of the things that you did and say, I'd like to do that again, what would it be?
Teach Spanish.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So at this point, could you, let's say, take a mission trip down to Mexico or another Latin American country and kind of lead that pretty well with your Spanish ability?
I think
So
so.
you're using it enough that you haven't lost it.
Well, it's not as honed as it used to be.
Okay.
But yes.
It's difficult. I
Yeah.
understand. I took it. I had a minor in it in college, and then my wife is she's a Spanish teacher. She's got a master's and all of that stuff. She makes me realize that I've lost some things.
It's easy.
like I think, I could be fine if I moved in a foreign country, and then we have a conversation. I'm just like, I'm lost. What did you say? I'm not really sure at all. Keeping up with a foreign language is so difficult.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we say all the time, and we opened up the show saying it, life is better with God, community, and purpose. And so as a Christian school, what are some of the ways that you are experiencing that? What are some of the ways that you're promoting that reality at the school?
Well, we're very intentional. We prefer to be proactive than reactive to situations. So each year we choose a theme. We've had be intentional. You were made on purpose for a purpose. And this past school year, we focused on what love is. And love is kind. It doesn't keep a record of wrongs. But we plugged our name into all of those situations. So if anything happened, if a student was feeling challenged or having a rough day, we'd pull back to our theme and say, okay, how can we apply this to the situation? This coming year's theme is love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. So every couple months, the first 2 months of the year, we're going to focus on heart. So how do we love the Lord our God with all our hearts? So it's teaching our 2-year-olds through 12th graders, what does that look like in action, and what can we do, and how does that, so being intentional before your feet hit the ground in the morning, let's remember today we're going to love the Lord our God with all our hearts, and these are the different things that we can do to get there. And we pray, the Lord's word does not return void. We're seed planters. So we want to teach the children, you can take ownership of your day, dedicate it to the Lord, use these skills that we're teaching you and to impact others. Even as a 2-year-old, you can impact the others around you, your classmates, and sharing, showing love. And so that's what we do. Yeah.
Now, when it comes to even, I guess, the impact that it's making in the home, have you heard any stories of, hey, we're doing it not just in school when we kind of have to, but maybe even from moms and dads who say, hey, this theme really meant a lot because little Johnny and, they shared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We hear from our new parents, especially, they said coming to Cal and their child being in that atmosphere has totally changed their home life. And they are so pleased because we're a covenant school. And so we partner with Christian families and the church. So the children have a triple braided cord to help them get through all these challenges, and it's a peaceful place. When you walk in, you can feel it, and we hear all the time that we remind kids as we're praying. So if we're studying, love God with all your heart. So how do we demonstrate the love of God? Well, make your bed. Can you clean your room without arguing with mom and dad? Can you clear the table? Do the dishes? Can you share with your brother and sister? And we put action to what the Lord's teaching us.
No, I love the fact that you said it's a place of peace and calm. Because I don't want to speak for all public school or badmouth what is happening in the public school system, but there's a level of hostility, I think, that oftentimes students enter in where it's just a pecking order, where people are just trying to, one-up each other with tear downs and whatnot. So to have that type of culture that's, building up, not tearing down, particularly in those younger ages, is critical. So that's fantastic to hear that that's happening. Yeah. When you face challenges, and everyone's going to face challenge, particularly in leadership areas that you're in, what are some of those highlight stories that you oftentimes go back to fill you with renewed purpose and endurance?
Number one, the Lord is always faithful. I've learned to always take it to the Lord in prayer first. Before I try to fix it my own way and whatever wisdom I have, first I take it to the Lord and pray, and I wait. I learned not to answer emails after 5.
That's good.
And it makes a world of difference, and wait and pray and ask the Lord for guidance in my decision making. And I've been really blessed. The Lord has always brought women in my life who have a passion for the Lord, and they minister to me. So I have 2 or 3 ladies that I can reach out to, say I'm having this challenge, or I'm thinking about doing this, and they'll pray with me. And when in doubt, I don't. I learned that a long time ago. If I don't have peace about it, then I don't go that direction.
Yeah. When you look back at some of because you've been in this position for how long?
I'm finishing my 5th year.
5th year, okay. Well, let's go back all the way even to the yearbook days.
Yes.
Are some of the students that you worked with how long has it been even since yearbook days?
Oh, goodness. Probably 15 years.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
In that 15-year period, now that some of those students have graduated and you're hearing about what they're doing, what are some of those things that you hear and you're like, oh, you know what? I had no idea that you would be doing that. Or even on the other hand, you look at it like, I knew exactly that was what God's calling was on your heart, and I'm just so proud of you. Are there any of those stories?
I have a young lady. She wanted to go into music management, and brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and such a sweet young lady. And I tried to encourage her to go a different direction. I didn't feel like it was a good fit, but that's what she wanted to do. And she went to college, and I told her, I said, I really feel like accounting would be your gifting. You are so meticulous. You're so good at math, so thorough in everything you do. So she went to college. I don't know how soon she changed her major, but she's an accountant.
Is that right?
And working on her master's degree. And then, our Cal is a little bit different. We're small. Yeah. And so if a student is interested in an area, we do whatever we can. We'll partner with a college. Okay. We'll try to find a co-op opportunity and let them experience that. So we have a young lady going to dental school at U of L, and we were able to partner her with an orthodontist in Frankfurt to have that opportunity.
Oh, that's great. Cool. While she was in high school.
While she was in high school.
That's great.
We believe God created each child with a purpose, and He has a goal. And if you're working and living in that gift that He gives you, life's a whole lot more peaceful and you're a lot happier. So if they're interested in something, we're going to give them that opportunity to explore that.
Oh, that's great.
And do whatever we can. And our graduates, it's such a blessing. They come back to see us. We have our graduates working in our summer care program. They have volunteered at our school. We had a young man that's getting ready to transfer to Campbellsville, and he graduated several years ago, and he just came by at lunchtime to say hello and to spend some time with us. So
that's really encouraging to hear, because I remember graduating high school and never looking back. I just wanted to be far away. Yeah. So that's encouraging to hear.
We reach out during finals time. Sometimes we'll send them goodie boxes and snacks and let them know that we're praying for them. Sometimes I'll grab their cell phone numbers and text them and say, hey, just praying for you, hoping your finals are doing well. And we let them know they can always come back for prayer, and if they need academic help, we're there for them too.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, I think that's the beauty of it being small and intimate as well. Like you can afford to do that, whereas like my wife's at the public high school and she wants to do stuff like that, but it's just you don't have the opportunity.
So many students. She probably has 150 to 180 students, and it's hard.
Yeah. And that's part of why I really liked Campbellsville, which is where I went, because the teachers can be really intentional, and so I'm glad to hear
it's relationship building, and that's what we want to do, and that's our relationship with Jesus. The more time we spend with him, that's relationship building.
Sure.
And we're trying to mirror Christ into their lives.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Next question is, what are you most excited about regarding the next school year and where, like, the future of Cal in general? What do you...
I see. All the new faces are always exciting. It's great to see these new families that they're excited to be able to come and partner with us, and their children are excited, and being able to see how being at Cal in that nurturing environment is going to change their lives, and bring a joy and a hope for the future.
Yeah. So even with that, thinking about those who are parents who might be listening to this, maybe even some students who might be listening, watching this, and they're kind of trying to figure out, what does the next school year look like for our family? What would be some of the encouragement that you would share with them as they're trying to process, public school, homeschool, Cal, all the different options that we've got available?
I think if the Lord leads you to a private school education, the Lord will make a way to pay for it. He always says. I've heard multitudes of stories from parents. They didn't know how they were going to make it work, but they took that step of faith to invest in their children, and the Lord made a way each and every time. We also offer financial aid. Okay. So we don't want any family to not be able to bring their children to Cal because of finances. The Lord will provide. He always does.
Do you find that that's probably the main reason why people don't end up heading that direction?
I think so. It's a sacrifice. My family sacrificed for my 3 children to go there. They all graduated from Cal. May not get that new car that year. May get rid of cable. Do different things. But the Lord provided each and every year, and we were able to do that. Yeah. And I'm glad I did. It was worth that. It's a drug-free environment. It's all those peer pressures. Growing up is hard enough. Going from middle school, trying to decide who you're going to be and what the Lord's plans are for you, but without the added pressure from pulling you all different ways, it's life-changing for these kids.
I like that you mentioned that it's an investment, and it's an investment that is going to cost you something.
Yes.
But the payoff sounds to me far better than the new car.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think we've got one last question for
to
you.
end, if any families are listening and they are interested, what would you say is their next step that they should take?
They can send me an email, Sandra@cowonmaine.org.
She won't answer until if it's after 5. She will not answer it though. Just wait
That
for
is
the next
correct.
day.
That is correct.
That is a great idea, though. The things that teachers go through, where they are answering emails and phone calls until like 12.
At 5, teachers wake up at 5. At 5 p.m., teachers are tired. Parents are coming home from a rough day at work.
Yes.
The kids might be upset. Just pray about it.
Yes.
Give it 24 to 48
Yes.
hours and then respond. And usually by then the problem's gone.
Absolutely.
You know, it just let the Lord handle it and do His thing. But or call the school. It's 502-839-9992, and we love to see them. And just come and visit, find out more about the program. And our middle school is just growing by leaps and bounds. So it's a great place.
Is it growing so large that maybe they're going to have you teaching Spanish soon?
Well, we just hired a new Spanish
Okay.
teacher. Super excited. Super excited to have her join us. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Well,
but I'll be glad. I love being in the classroom.
Yeah, no, I maybe if she's sick, you can just find
Yeah.
your way back in the classroom. Well, Sandra, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
on
for
the show.
inviting me.
And for those of you who are interested, we'll try to post a link to where you can at least get Sandra's email and the phone number of the school.
Absolutely.
But until then, don't forget, life is so much better with God, community, and purpose. God bless.
Thank you.